Let's address the elephant in the room. And yes, I'm talking about me and what I said and the comments I made about Virgin Mary in the week before we went on holidays.
Yes. So that's caused quite a stir. So
the comments I made was early in the week. Then they replayed some video and they aired that. They put that out on the social medias on Thursday. So by Friday, my telephone number was obviously put online. I started getting phone calls. So very quickly, I became very aware that the thing that I'd said had pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah.
And I mean, I answered hundreds of calls on that Friday. So I knew my phone had been leaked out. Some were very, very aggressive. A lot of people hung up. A lot of people I had conversations with that were the fans of the radio show, and other people, obviously, that weren't fans of the radio show as well, rang me to say, hey, it's how upset they were. Some were disappointed with me. Some were very aggro at me. There was threats. There was all sorts of things going on. But the main thing I took out of it was, hey, yeah, like, you know me, like I believe everyone has their own right to their own opinion and their own religious beliefs, and no one has the right to take that away from them. But what I didn't realise until I started taking these calls was that I'd stepped on the belief of other people, and that's what I'd done wrong. Like
you defended them by the words you had
immensely
said.
Offended.
It wasn't that you just said, "Oh, I don't believe that story."
No, that's
the way you described what you thought happened.
Yeah,
and that's where
and it was a joke, and it was a hugely bad decision, poor taste. And I did think at the time, and I didn't plan that joke. I didn't write it down. I was just spitballing, live here, doing what I do. And I didn't realise the gravity of it, and it really upset a lot of people. And I do understand. Even friends of mine were like, "Bro, like, how could you say something like so dumb like that?"
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't even think it was dumb. But on reflection, you think when not only friends, but people that I've never heard of, and people I don't know, fans of the show, as I said. Devastated in what I said now, and then I get upset at the fact that, wow, I've really caused a lot of grief to a lot of people and what they believe, and that's never what I meant to do. I meant it as I didn't even know what I meant it as at the time. As I said, I was just trying to make people have a laugh, and didn't realise I was trotting quite heavily on very, very gentle territory for a lot of people. So, they said, on the Friday when I was taking these calls, I was like, well, what do you want me to do? And they're like, we want an apology. And I'm like, well, I apologise on the phone. They're like, no, we want a public apology. So I, spoke to our PR people and said, I never meant to offend anyone, put the apology out straight away. Then apparently that wasn't good enough. It didn't seem sincere enough. So then a paparazzi approached me here in LA, because I'm in LA as well, as I am on and off all the time throughout the year. So a lot of people thought, oh, the dog's run off and hid. No, I was always coming here. So, this is just part of my life. Sometimes I'm in Sydney, sometimes I'm in LA. So I spoke to the paparazzi and I knew he had a video, and I thought, okay, it was a shit thing I said. Never meant to hurt anyone, never meant to make anyone sad. Like, my real true belief and what I come here every day to work to do is to try and make people laugh and, try and just, have a fun morning. Never do I intend, and this is contrary to popular belief, never do I intend to purposely piss people off. A lot of people think I purposely plan things to say to get people agitated. That's not true. I just agitate people naturally. That's never a purpose. You'd agree, right, Jackie?
Yeah,
never is it purposely done. And Brooklyn, you'd know. I piss you off 30 times a year.
And you piss me off, but I mean, it is, if you can't laugh at yourself and laugh at a few things here and there, what can you do?
I know.
Like, I know you love me.
That's my true belief, but truly from the bottom of my heart, never do I want to make someone so angry that they don't want to listen to the show, or they don't want to listen to me, nor do I want them to be so enraged that they are threatening to kill people over something that I've said. Horrified at that situation.
Yeah.
Never meant for that to happen. I know in reflection what I said was dumb, and I'm the dumb one for saying it. And because who am I to say what you should believe in? I do truly believe that we all have the right to believe in whatever we want to believe in, and no other person has the right to make us feel less for believing whatever we believe in.
Yeah.
And I have taken a lot of calls. I've said sorry multiple times. I know people gathered out the front of the radio station. I believe maybe even this morning there might be people gathered out there again. Now, to show up somewhere and to demonstrate, now, like, to me, like, I wouldn't show up I wouldn't show up anywhere for any reason. Like, I can't imagine what would make me so enraged I would show up to somewhere. But I do realise that if you're showing up somewhere to demonstrate, you're really pissed off, or you really want some action to be taken. Am I going to quit? No. Am I going to get fired? No. Am I sorry? Absolutely, I am sorry, because, as I said, never intended to purposely upset anyone. Obviously, I have upset people, and I am sorry for it. There's nothing else I can do except for say, hey, I am sorry about that. I've reached out to some community leaders in both the Muslim and the Christian faith, and we'll be continuing to talk to them on and off throughout the week. I've offered them to come onto the radio show, which they are reserving their right. They may come on, some of them this morning, they may not. It's up to them, but I've given them the open invitation to come on and have a chat with me about it if they want to.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see what happens later this morning. But there's nothing more I can do. Like, we've all made mistakes in our life, and this is just one of the many that I've made. You can add it to the list. Anyone who's keeping a list, and I know my management team, they keep a list. Because they got to bring it out and remind me of what a dick I am sometimes. Yeah. Well, okay, don't worry, you've got a list as well.
Oh, do I?
Well, you've got to post it. No, you don't have much on your list.
No, I know what you're saying, Kyle, because I had our loyal listeners reach out to us over the holidays, and I was reading some of their messages, and I really felt so terrible that we had hurt them so much, and they were our loyal listeners, and I'd seen previous messages they'd sent me in the past over a year where they're fanatical about the show, and they've been so hurt they just can't believe you would say something like this. And I've apologised to a lot of those people because, look, I laughed along, and we laughed sometimes at something that's inappropriate.
Well, we're not overly religious, but we do believe in other people's opinions and their right to believe in whatever they want. Yeah, well,
we're sorry to those people because, as you said, it's never our intention on this show to hurt people. I mean, that really upsets me that those people have been hurt, and we really do apologise for that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But I wanted to get that out of the way first. And I'm going to replay this whole thing again at 8 o'clock because we have the biggest audience in listening to this show at 8 o'clock.
And you want as many people to hear.
I want as many people to hear the truth of what we think.
Yeah.
And then make up your mind. If you want to stay with us, then we'd love that. If you think that, no, we've finished, then whatever. Go along your merry way. There's nothing else I can do or say other than this is what I truly think and believe.